Ultimate downfall for the side of Vitality. This is where they want to bounce back from the match we saw earlier. Already, Trapwire going to be distracted, taken down without any players being caught in the crossfire. Good trade out as Runner takes over control of the market, trading out the mid lurk from Safe, and they're even pushing aggressively in towards the spawn. Vitality not content with the site control. They want to fight all the way through and isolate some of these duels, but there's a few more Koi players than they'd anticipated. Now it's a 3v2.
A lot to try and hold on to here. Grouping up the side of Koi, the Boombot already going to give them quite a bit of information. Nade to clear the close corner as well, but that flash is sublime from Kix. His Sky has looked fantastic and evening up that scoreline. They've got to peek this in case they're defusing, and Camo now into the 1 versus 1, leaving it onto the youngsters to fight this one out, to see who takes the victory, and the Pistol King of Kix will close it out again.
Not a bad start for Vitality. That's what we wanted. The pistol round under their belt as they strive for victory here. It wouldn't be over for Koi necessarily either. Obviously, they have that, as we said, the best case scenario for Vitality really is forcing out that 3-way tie. That relies on Koi not being too decimated mentally from this series. Vitality, you want to do it. You want to win quick, not just for the rounds, but also so they still have some gas left in the tank, right?
Yeah, the only team that are really going to be smiling at this point is sort of no matter how it goes, KC are just out there going, if we win our games, we win.
Yep.
And it's exactly the same for Koi. The only person right now looking at everybody else is going to be Vitality. For now, though, a little bit of early aggression from Shados, and yeah, that's about expected when you peek into 4 people. Obviously didn't have the info of how many were going to be there, and the Koi stack was on the other side of the map. So a B site after plant, Vitality, it should be fairly comfortable to take this one home.
Yeah, a few small threats. You still got a nade online for Camo, still the stun for Shadow, but yeah, for the most part, we're not expecting a whole lot. In fact, you can see that Koi are taking this one very passively indeed. Plan probably die to the spike, and if any Vitality players do come out swinging, take them down, drop their weapons. But as we can see, looking at that hood, there's not a lot of weapons in play for Vitality. They're doing the standard 3-2 setup, 2 pistols, so even if they lose a handful, it's not going to be the end of the world for them. Maybe along the way they can farm some valuable ults. Okay, the damage is kind of being done already. Now the exits might actually be very valuable if they weren't cleaned up so quickly. Just Starzone 36 HP, a nice finish to the round, and 2-0 on the board. Well handled by Vitality.
Yeah, I think something worth mentioning in this series as well is the veto is actually quite interesting, because you've seen a lot of Sunset when it comes to Vitality. They played it 3 times already, 2 wins versus Gentlemates, and then the loss we just saw moments ago. Koi played it once versus Liquid, which was very close. They've picked it into this series, so clearly feeling they found the weakness of Vitality. And in the map that Vitality chose, they got battered. They got destroyed. They found the weakness by Gentlemates on, so clearly feel like they fixed the issues as well. So definitely going to be an interesting series, because Vitality, on the first map that they didn't pick, they're going to be feeling very comfortable, and I'm intrigued to see what they've got planned for the second.
Now Vitality have an idea to move through market for now with 4 players. A trap going to be easily destroyed. The information given away. The reaction from Koi is instantaneous, pushing up on B main to seize this control as they look to fight their way to at least maintaining another angle. They can blitz back in on B. The problem is they've been isolated, they've been grouped up, the nade's done damage. So is Shados. Scribino, sure, he'll make it past the trap that's no longer up, but it's more about getting out of these angles, getting away from these players who are hunting him down so quickly. They knew where Safe was. They weren't able to deal with him, but the problem is, on the other side, Grabino's down. Starzo, good luck to you in this 1 versus 3. Despite Safe falling and no Viper's wall, there's still plenty to fall back on for the side of Vitality.
Yeah, I can't see much for Starzo in this sort of scenario to really find anything. And the early start from Vitality has been great. Something I want to keep an eye on throughout the entirety of this map is how much Safe is going to be getting away with, because it's the same scenario we've seen of him versus multiple different teams. We've saw it with a Viper's Pit, where he would just push top mid Viper's Pit, like doing a lot of weird stuff. But this round, he was just sneaky enough to get an opener. And while the rest of his team were pincering in, it cut off all the rotations to actually help on that B site. And with full market control and mid control, well, it becomes very, very difficult for the defensive side to really do anything in that round. A 3-0 start, Vitality's attack again looking stellar, and now you come in with, what, the single rifle, a few pistols. Okay, You're close to a few ultimates. Maybe those can be farmed up for Koi, but on the other side of things, Vitality have a showstopper and everything they could ever need in terms of weaponry and utility.
I like the
I'll find you.
weapon kept over on Starzode. Isn't alone. There's some minor upgrades across the board. The Stinger for Shadow could be big. Well, 1:30 on the clock. This is somewhere for Vitality to slow it down again. We've seen the mid control. We've seen Safe attempting to lurk up A. He's gotten some good value as well. But the game, thinking back to yesterday, Tom, that this is how Vitality found all their success. It was pumping brakes and letting Gentlemates push into them time and time again. They were able to find the result and able to find the win. But the problem with this kind of strategy is eventually you've got to roll the dice and take a gamble. And it looks like based on the space that Safe has slowly been chipping away, they'll go towards A, but Koi have read this. The weaker weapons are fully stacked up here. There's a stun to play off of. The first fight luckily slows them down. It's not going to prompt the squad to go charging forward. The flash is perfect from Kicks, and the running spray even better. Still a few on the site, but it's left down to just Shadow, and we said the Stinger could be deadly. It's only good for the light player, the one with not a lot of health. Vitality 4-0, 4 players alive, ults online. Things are looking very good for this attack side.
Question is what sort of reaction we're going to get. Grabino, he was picking up the operator yesterday, so he was able to do at least a little bit of damage with it, but I'm not so certain if that's going to be the major change here, because this composition, obviously you have the breach, you're able to go for those sort of setup plays for Camo to maybe get aggressive, but they do have the ability to delay at least a little bit, more so than what we saw from Gentlemate's comp. Early push though, fast pace out of Runner.
Yeah, unfortunately no one's there to break that trap, so it's going to cost him a couple seconds as he's stunned up and now taken down. Grabino with a quick kill. The showstopper finds absolutely no value in round number 5 for Vitality. They need someone else to step it up. The plant coming in from Sender isn't exactly going to shift the sands of time in their favor, not when Koi still have that man advantage to work with. And a flank on the way from Grabino, quite far away.
Safe as well though. That's the man that you always have to be careful of, because he's looking to cut off anybody that's going to be in that position. Now the one thing with Grabino, well, I was going to say he could TP, but actually he can't. So he'd have to break the trip if he wants to get through it, and that's the information over.
Yeah, that was it. The fact that he didn't have that online late certainly doesn't help, but Safe's lurk, like you said, Tom, it had a lot of impact. He snuck into that position a few rounds ago. They knew that he likes to play this spot. He's a deadly lurker, but somehow he's found so much value, and with a missed shot from Grabino, they're hot on his tail. They're not giving up either, knowing that there's an op on the other side. This is a weapon they definitely want out of his hands. They'll get a chance, and they'll find it. Sender cleanly taking the kill. They won't retrieve the operator, but it wasn't part of the game plan. 5-0 with credits struggling on the side of Koi.
I am perplexed so far by this pick, because firstly, you're picking into a map, as I said, there hasn't been a massive depth in map pool from Vitality so far. Like, you talk about they played a lot of Sunset, a lot of Lotus. That's about like 60% of their map pool so far. They played Breeze once, they got destroyed. They played Ascent twice and they lost both. One to Fnatic, fair enough, but the other to KC. So we're not really seeing that this team has played a lot of maps within the pool, and you've gone, I'm going to challenge them on the one that they have. It seems like an interesting choice. And the thing is, with that choice, is you allow them to start on the attack. And that's where we have seen a lot of value from Vitality. Slow pace rounds, as you said. These lurks from Safe being fantastic, 7 and 3 at the top of the board. And as of right now, I'll be honest, it doesn't look Koi have much of a plan to deal with that.
No, it definitely doesn't. I think the fact that you're seeing these rounds fall in such convincing manners, I mean, the presence towards B, the fact that all eyes are on site, they retake together on the side of Koi, and then they are just blindsided by Safe, who is biding his time for the entire round. We can't see this happening again and again. The protocols on Koi really being put to the test. And with this being their map pick, Tom, yeah, look, it's not a good start, but it's not out of control just yet. This half can still be recovered with rifles in play for the side of Koi. They are up against a Viper's Pit, though. And so if they lose control over a site, it's not going to be easy to get it back.
God, look at the pace. A complete change. I think runners realize, okay, I can just put that pressure, and Cam is going to try the showstopper, but not even anybody to be found. And again, it's just a ruse. They've gone back up top mid. Now, there is a trip available. Sender could, in theory, TP past this. Instead, are they going to use the Viper's Pit? I saw Save tempted. He really wants to lock this down, and they forgot about Runner! He went into the site at the beginning of the round. They forgot about him.
Yeah, that is a pretty big blindside for Koi. A player just sat there. They have no idea. He's able to even double up on the kill. Understandable.
Maybe he used his silent blast back.
Yeah. The suppressor was on. That's the problem. And a Viper's Pit used, again, covering off a ton of the space, basically all the way back in from the spawn side, which is even being covered by 2 players. They have a Viper's Wall to block the way in. For Koi, there are not a lot of chances, and I think literally after obviously seeing that it's a 4v3, but hearing the Viper's Pit go down, the call is to save. It's not likely they win that. And this is the kind of round that typically, you know, if it was a closer game, you would be going for. But your opponents are stacked on money. So if you get 3 kills and lose the round, doesn't matter. No effect.
And you have no money.
And you have none. So you'll have no money for the next, no rebuys. Your ults are coming online. This is really, the line in the sand is right in front of you. You can't let Vitality run away with any more rounds. So I think it's the right call to take the save. It seems weird because they still have the firepower. We've seen these clutches all week long, but I think it's a smart play. It really relies on them finding something better in this round, though.
Yeah, I'm almost starting to wonder if Vitality have just got to pay us to cast their matches when they play Sunset, because
something strange going on.
Literally, they won 13-3, absolutely dominated Gentlemates the other day when we casted them play, and then they go and play earlier, and it didn't go very well. So I'm not saying that the teams had any difference. It's obviously just us. 6-0, utterly dominant. Koi, well, I've not really, other than maybe, no, not even in the pistol round. I don't think there was much. Oh, that was a 1v1. That was the closest round.
There we go.
Pistol round. Other than that, it's all gone wrong in Starzo. You can see him in his chair. He's just like, I can't believe what he's just done. He just walked through a poison orb, killed him instantly. It's ridiculous.
I mean, the timing couldn't have been worse either. Camo, nice shot, and Runner's just taken 2. Oh, that's devastating. Vitality, 4 versus 1. Shados, hey, making a good attempt to the first, but he's down to 60 HP. And again, that call is going to be made, this time presumably just by him. He doesn't want anything to do with this 1v3. Runner, Kicks, and Destrian, all full health, all full shields. Nobody's hit him. So Shados saves. 7 rounds in a row for the side of Vitality. This is getting tough to try and find the hope for Koi. Like, they picked this map, but the idea is less than optimal.
No, and the thing is, most of the time you'll talk about like, okay, maybe this setup's gone wrong, and this, but I genuinely can't think of anything they've really attempted. A lot of it has just been Runner blast back into the round, 3 seconds in, he's on the site, you forgot he's there, he's killed 2 people. The next round, Starzo's dead within 5 seconds because Safe walked through a smoke. The round before that, someone walked up top mid and killed your mid player because you didn't realize he was there. The round before, someone's instantly showstoppered, and it's like, I'm not even thinking about the plays that Koi are making, because the round's done by the time they have a chance to, they're like, guys, we're going for a mid push, Starzo's dead, I guess we just carry on. Like, it's insanity, the amount of early advantages that Vitality are getting, and I think that, yeah, that pretty much speaks for itself. The fact that after losing a match literally minutes ago, they're having a little giggle at the fact that they're just getting away with this stuff.
But, I mean, Salah has no choice but to laugh like that. What's the input even going to be? Well played, guys. You didn't get right. You just caught off guard by blast packing in.
5 seconds.
I don't understand what's going on. On the side of Koi, they've got weaker weapons here, but it's more so to do with how off guard they are in a lot of these opening engagements. Vitality blitzing it down, finding free kills. And again, I don't want to make it sound like this is a round that they should be winning on the side of Koi or anything like that.
Shados was doing the so Marcus twerk to try and get them to stop shooting him. He's never looking the right way.
But it is an eco, right? And look, you're not even probably not going to use the Rolling Thunder or anything like that. You're just trying to do damage and hopefully win the round. Again, talk about damage. 9K on everybody.
What damage are you gonna do?
If you kill all 5 of them and you do that the last round, the next 2,
I can't afford a spare operator.
This late as well, yeah. Like, the damage would have to be defusing the spike, killing all 5 and defusing.
That was an Andalusia flawless. There you go.
You can't do that. No, replay it, please. Replay. I'd like a replay.
Who's
it's a timeout. We've got time.
Do you want?
Both, all of them. Third person, get Jack out as well. That's absolutely ridiculous.
Well,
the man
luckily,
has jumped into the corner.
And Andaluthia flawless, so you always get a replay.
Times. He literally, I've never seen anyone do that. Not even in my ranked games, trolling. you have to be kidding me. And he wins it too. It says it all. It says it's all there is to it. 8-0. Look, I would pay a lot of money to be a fly on the wall for these last 8 rounds. You notice we got a lot of cams from Salah. Well, his rival Barbar on the other side, I think he might have yeeted that camera out of the room.
The camera doesn't exist anymore. We're going to have to replace it.
Oh, there he is. He's looking calm. He's looking collected. There was a little smile when he said whatever he just said.
It does say, I think it says breathe in and out on the board. I think he's probably just had his eyes up to that. I gotta breathe.
This must be tough, and it really is, because serious talk, when you come into a set of rounds like this, where you have, clearly you have an idea of how they're going to approach it, of how you're going to approach it.
I don't think they do have an idea of how the other team are going to approach it.
You know, you might have something in your head, but what is actually happening on the server is so far from what you've prepared for what you're ready for what your protocols play against, that it's easy to get lost in this, and it's easy to get frustrated and let it slip out of your hands. I think that's what this pause was about. Koi have to believe in their game plan and probably have to change it up from what we've seen so far.
You sure? I'm
not certain, Tom. You know, if at first it doesn't succeed, I'm not sure how many tries you get, but try.
Do you know what? It's been at least,
try,
what, like 20 seconds, and no one's dead?
Good.
That's not bad.
A new record set here on Sunset for Koi as we progress into the next 30 seconds.
Kicks is low. Okay.
Advantage.
Yeah, maybe there is a chance. Stars is going to have to fall back.
Better contestation over mid.
Yeah, they managed. I think a lot of it was just that Runner was cheesing these opening duels. I can only assume that him and Safe must have the majority of them so far. They are going for this mid push again. This has been something that's been successful for them in the majority of matches they played, and a showstopper out. Nightfall's good, and Runner's killed himself. That's what it takes. It's a trade in the opening duel, and they will be able to even things up once again. A lot of low players, Kicks, tagged still within the early fight, and they know exactly where they are. An afterplant, though, inevitable. There's not going to be anything they can do to stop it. Yeah, the realization was there from the side of Vitality that this was a big stack coming out of Koi. Curious, because so many rounds have been A plays that they decide to fight mid, stack back to B in the end. And now they're left retaking the A site. Not a lot to work with on the way back through. Again, we had Rolling Thunder previously for Shadow, but he's dead, so that's not going to be online. TP again. Grabinho, yeah, you're right. No Shrouded Step to work with. He's going to have to just destroy this cam, play it like a normal agent, and they're ready to fight this now. 2 players on the corner. Good flash, good swing, nice and easy. It's traded out, the work done by Camo as Safe falls. No Viper to play with afterwards. That spike being diffused, spray is good, but now they've got to wildly spam and hope they find him. Only half in the end for Camo. The closest we've seen for quite a while, but again goes to Vitality, 9-0. When will Koi wake up? Well, it seems like Vitality are doing a good job to improve their round difference. The only problem I have is if Koi don't wake up soon, I don't think there's any world where they beat KC. They need to beat KC, and you know, in a way for Vitality right now, this squad has to rely, like we said, on Koi being able to wake back up. He said, so close. Just after map 2. Better luck next time, That's boys. Good lip reading, Tom. Wow, I mean, you're getting better at this. But it's tough. I don't know what you do say as a coach in this position. Pull your players back into it. Oh, they're going to hit the second one. There's not really anybody to actually deal with it on the cross, though. They have the trips there, but no one who can actually react off it. Re-aggression in towards the market, and they gambled on the wrong side again. Camo though, okay. It's looking like we might finally have something to write home about for Koi. He's managed to find a double opener, has the showstopper. Rolling Thunder will clear out the angles. Still a post plant to deal with though. Oh, a nasty corner for Kicks, but they've managed to de-root Sander, and they've spotted Kicks' barrel. This should be easy from here on out. Safe in a 1v5. Showstopper if they needed it, but they most certainly do not. Instead, they're just fighting him, and it's diffused. They've bought enough time. In the meantime, Koi are finally on the board. They can take a sigh of relief. It won't be a 13-0, but
They're going to need to keep this up. And again, that was Camo catching 2 quick kills as these players try to fight back out towards middle. If that doesn't go their way, well, the round comes into question yet again. They used the Rolling Thunder on the way back through, but they've kept the showstopper.
Well, a long, long road to recovery. We've already mentioned it. Rounds can make the difference, but the fact is for Koi, if they win the series, they win the next one, it doesn't matter. Even if this map goes awry, it becomes irrelevant. Oh, they've started to really... Okay, we got there in the end. Not exactly the way I expected it to go. Safe somehow still gets the kill onto Starzo. And Runner is just full sprint. They've been marking this position for quite a while now. The TP is not going to work either. A little bit scruffy from the side of Vitality. I run into that trip again.
It's a much different look from them. A push from one player, 2 players up mid, the others going through to B. Much more scattered, much more scruffy, like you said. It's left them in a tough spot. No Rolling Thunder to break through. Kicks can play a little bit closer, but the Cam spotted him. Has to be careful. Made it around the corner, but 3 players have been spotted. Dodges the stun. Flash ready. He can round it on the corner. He wants to take a kill first. Nicely done. Here comes the flash around the right side. It's not caught breach, though. Shadow had the cage to protect him. Stepped out to cover after. Nicely handled. 2 on the board for Koi. The building blocks are slowly falling into place. Hopefully it's not too late.
It's definitely a long road back. The thing is, though... The Safe definitely seems like he's having a good time. He's got away with some absolute ridiculous kills so far in this matchup, and that is the thing. It's like, from coming back from 9-0 on a mentality that... Is Shadow playing a breach op? Sorry, I'm going to have to interrupt myself. That is a very curious choice.
There's 2 seconds left to change. No, we're going breach operator. Okay. An interesting take, a quick blitz out. Looks like Camo wants to do his best impression of Runner. He's gone blitzing down, but he's left tiles. He's fallen back while Grabinho is the one to lose his life on A main. They're down a smoker. No controller to play around, and on the side of Koi, does mean that some gaps won't be plugged up for them. But the rotations gamble with the Cypher utility sitting on the B site. They've opted for A. Ult out of Deathstream gives them info. It's hard to decide, though, because if you sprint straight to the B site from here, they will be able to rotate in time. Instead, they send Sender, ulted in, but this is not the full commitment. Viper's Pit on mid, that's not the idea either. It's an A play. That's the long game that they're playing. I love this from Vitality. The traps being destroyed, the fact that Sender's here, they assume that the rest of the squad is going to come barreling through B main, barreling through mid and market, and they'll be able to catch them off guard. But they could not be more wrong. The Viper's Pit will make it very difficult to rotate back. They have to go all the way around through the spawn. Although the pit's actually dropped. Safe pretend. Oh my God, Safe's pretending that he's left this position. He's hiding in the corner now, but the player's coming on his right. Oh, he's seen the barrel. That timing just about worked out.
He's just playing mind games. That's half of what Safe is doing throughout this match so far. Spotted out Shados as well. Just needs to try and buy time for his teammates. And dealing with Safe is something they need to do. Just letting him come in from the backlines in the last few seconds is not something you're going to be able to deal with. Trades coming out, Runner doesn't know the second player's there. Shadows coming in, has actually managed to find the cover. And he's going to go just for the defusal. He knows that Safe is pretty far away, just trying to stick it all the way. Pulls out his gun, but Safe will win it in the end. You didn't deal with him at the beginning, and you won't deal with him at the end.
Not a bad round from Safe. Dropping the pit, a great idea, but the timing damn near caught him. He could have been in a lot of trouble, and this round could have fallen apart. That would have been a lifeline for Koi. But there it is. That kill onto Shadow buys him the time, and a quick sprint to make it here before that's defused. A box just about.
게임을 찾았습니다.
봤다는 건 좋은 징조야. 걔들이 얼마나 멋진지
전투를
알게 될
시작하세요.
거야. 내 친구들이 나설 차례군. 끝이다.
전장을 지배하고 있습니다.
하나 끝냈어. 처치했어.
게임을 찾았습니다.
Got me going psycho. She got me going down, down, down. Got me living on a tightrope. She got me going down, down, down. She got me going psycho. She got me going down, down, down. Got me living on a tightrope. She got me going down, down, down. Oh no, you lie. I want to, so I might call you tonight. If I do pick up, I got some gin in me, 100 bands on me.
스파이크 돌격.
내 주변을 조심하라고 처음문이 고장났거든. 난 그저것만 생각해.
적군이 한 명 남았습니다. 어디에 있지? 최종 라운드.
정말 신나는데? 이대로만 하자.
놈들을 쓰러뜨리. 내가 찾아주지.
A의 적발견.
3명. 한명 남았습니다. 좋은 꿈 꾸라. 준비 완료. 공수 교대. 매치 포인트.
잘했어.
제대로 좀 해보지 그래. 어디에 있지? 공격 준비 완료. 세명 발견. 가만히 있어. 놈들을
대장전 중.
한명 남았습니다. 어디 숨었어?
둘로 분리되었어.
적군이 한 명 남았습니다. 무결점 플레이. 수비팀 승리. 점만. 놈들을 쳤습니다. 게임을 찾았습니다.
And I have to explore like There's no reason, there's no rhyme. I found myself blindsided by a feeling that I've never known. I'm dealing with it on my own. Phone is quiet, walls are bare. I drink myself to sleep again. No one even has to know. I'm dealing with it on my own. I got way too much time to be this hurt. Somebody help, it's getting worse. What do you do with a broken heart? Once the light fades, everything is dark. Way too much whiskey in
Nice,
my
bro.
blood. I feel my body giving up. Can I hold on for another night? What do I do with all this time? Heavy thoughts when it gets late put me in a fragile state. I wish I wasn't going home, dealing with it on my own. I'm praying but it's not enough. I'm done, I don't believe in love. Learning how to let it go, dealing with it on my own. I got way too much time to be this hurt. Somebody help, it's getting worse. What do you do with a broken heart? Once the light fades, everything is dark.
교감하기 위해
Way too
엄청난
much
대가를
whiskey in my blood. I feel my body getting up. Can I hold on for another night? What do I do with all this time? Yeah. I drive circles under street lights. Nothing seems to clear my mind. I can't forget. Get this out my head, so I drive chasing by the blue lights. Nothing seems to heal my mind. I can't forget. I got way too much time to be this hurt. So
Oh my god.
한명 남았습니다. 아군이 한명 남았습니다.
스파이크를 확보했어. 마지막으로 보게 될 게.
적군이 한명 남았습니다.
좋았어. 한식은 누가 챙겼지? 기회가 있으니 잘 쓰지. 이제
30초 남았습니다. (10초) 남았습니다. 매치 포인트.
좋아, 이제 수류탄이 한 78개 남았는데 이걸로 충분하겠지?
아군이 한 명 남았습니다. 단판 승부전.